confused. And then she hit me with the motherly kind of talk. She's like,
oh, and when we are China, you might go to China in a few weeks. Or the medical clearance. What's wrong, Matakwana? Adula, go in the blood system for how long? Do you know that? Like, dude, it was just one blunt. Like, maybe I took like 4 puffs or whatever. But I was like, what? He was like, do you know how long that thing stays in your blood system? You might not even go to China. No, she didn't say you might. You're not going to China because they're going to find those things in your system. They're going to call your mother. They're going to call your mother. Shit.
I'm a good girl. To my mother, I'm a good girl. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I was. She didn't know that I did those things. So when that lady threatens to call my mother, I was shitting my pants. I was like, what? So, and funny thing is, with the girl, they told her like, oh,
rather the bicycle during working hours, blah blah blah. And then at the end of the speech, she said, tomorrow I want you to pack your things and leave. You're fired. I was like, for riding a bicycle? She's fired? And then when they came to me with the whole you smoking drugs things, I was like, shit. Just say the word first. Just say you're fired first. She's like, then she gave me the whole speech about the drugs staying in my system, me I'm not going to pass the medical clearance, blah 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 blah. Also, he's just sitting there.
Oh, and one thing that I did not like about OC was because in like the second day that he came back, he was like, oh, you have a nose ring. I had like a Casper nose ring. He was like, I had a nose ring. To make that clear, I had a nose ring, and that one that has like balls or something, those ones. So he was like, no, you're working with people, you're not allowed to have the nose ring. And I was like, brother, I was not hired by you. Your sister, she saw me with this nose ring and she gave me the job. So who are you? I was so upset that day. I cried. I laughed. It was because I loved my nose ring. I loved my nose ring. I cried. So at that time, I'm just sitting there like confused. In my head, I'm like, did the kids rat me out? Did the guys told her that we smoked? How did she find out? You know? And then, boom. She's like, oh, and by the way, you should also pack your things tomorrow and get the hell out of my house. She didn't say that. Okay, so I'm wearing this earring. My phone is disappointing me with space, so I just have to quickly hurry up. I'm not going to do my lashes today. So when she told the girl that she was fired, I knew that my time is also coming when she just said, why not the drugs more miracle? So she told me all those speeches about me, the thing staying in the system for like a week, blah 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 blah. Then she was like, oh, Luena, usasa, upake the bag tsa gago. Ke tlo fonela bo mmago ka ba botsa gore wena o ja di drugs. Okay. Sharp. I was like, okay, fine. Because that job wasn't the best job. I wasn't getting paid, so I was not going to cry. I was not going to bargain. But I was like, okay, fine. Because I knew that by China things were getting there, you know? So I was like, okay, fine. And also, at that job, I would like, if there were no guests, I would help the cleaners to clean the sheets, to change the sheets, to sweep. I'd wash windows, guys. Yo, hey, okay, so fine. We're laughing, we're like, what just happened? Did we get fired? Did you get fired because you're riding a bicycle? Did I get fired because I smoked after work? like I didn't smoke during working hours, guys. It was after work. So that day, so it was just like
You getting fired. You getting fired. Everybody's getting fired.
so fine. We went to our rooms. Then they called us for food. The food were not even good that day. It was like crappy food. So up there, the girl is making plans to go tomorrow. He's calling his people. It's like,
babe, I just got fired. Can you come pick me up tomorrow? Hey.
Okay, fine. I'm there. I'm thinking of a plan to tell my mother. I just told my mother, Ma, they are accusing me that I smoked weed. So, one raka. And Mama was like, okay, what exactly happened? Because I don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me right now. Guys, I'm cute, ne? Whoa! Damn, you're cute. Anyway, so the next morning, she told me that in the morning I should come in the house. After packing my shit, I should come to the house. She wanna talk to me. So in the morning, I go in the house. The auntie that was working in the house, in the family house, she's like, oh, I heard what happened yesterday. Blah, blah, blah. I also texted the guys. I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Too much, sorry. Who told her that we smoked? He's like, oh, OC, the brother. OC was sneaking around, and then he smelled the what, and then he interrogated. I was like, what? That story doesn't make sense. Now that I think about it, maybe she was texting with the girl, and then the girl told her that I was with the guys, the school guys. I was smoking. Then maybe that's what happened. I don't know who told her. So I went in the house in the morning. The auntie was like, oh, I heard what happened, blah blah blah, I'm so sorry. You're just going to plan for I was like, yes, manifest. So I waited. I waited for her. She kept ignoring me. She would pass me there. In my head, I'm like, who the hell do you think you are? Because Ausi came in the house. She's like, oh, you waiting for my sister? I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting for her. Can you call her for me? He's like, okay, I'll call her. I don't know. Like, I waited from 9 until maybe 11 waiting. Imagine, I have not even had breakfast yet, waiting for this girl. Okay, fine. And there I waited. Okay, so she came. She's like, oh, I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, so buena holy village oh guy for working here. I'm like, okay, but in my head I'm like, okay, but I thought I was working for free. So you're balling your money. You want to spend that money. But I was young, I was naive. I said how much? I said 2,000 or something, 2.5. I don't know. I don't remember how much I said. Because what she asked me, Are, Urele, for the work that you have done, how much do you think you deserve? That question just hit me out of the blue, because I thought I was working for free, and I thought because I was fired, I was not going to get anything. So I said 2.5. She's like, okay, write down your account numbers. I will give them to you. So I wrote them on a piece of paper because I know her. I also texted it to her. Fine. I picked my shit up. I went home. I get home. A few months passed out. I did my medical clearance. Everything was fine. I even googled how, like, they said if you drink a lot of water, you'd flush that thing out of your system. So okay, so I waited. I think I started there June or July, because it was like windy season, but it was not December. I don't remember. So those months pass. Then I call her. I'm like, hello, Gina, with that money, because I needed that money. You know, when they tell you they're gonna give you money for free, or the money that you worked for, you already make plans for that money. So I already made plans for that money, because I was also the China thing was also approved. I was also leaving, so I wanted that money to buy my own things. I didn't want like to use my mother's money. Okay, fine. Oh, damn, I'm pretty. Okay, so she's like, okay, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm like, okay, fine. Days pass. My mother called her. Oh, Precious told me that you were going to give her money. So, where's the money? She's like, oh, blah 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 blah, making excuses. My grandmother also called her, because like they're going to the same church. So she's like, oh, we will talk, we'll get to. She lied. She's like, oh, I'll send it to her. I remember I was bathing. It was like in the morning. She called me and she said, oh, get him. I was like, 2.5. Okay, I'll send her night this morning. Did she send it? I'm still waiting. Even now, I'm still waiting for my money. But anyway, this thing, Emanat, this brutal fruit thing that people always drink, it's quite tasteful, if I may add. So, yeah, that's the end of the video, I think. So that's how I got fired for smoking weed after working hours. Like, that shit still fucks me up in my head. I'm like, how? Like, tell me, guys, if this makes sense to you guys. How can you get fired from smoking weed after working hours? And how can you get fired from riding a bicycle when there's no work to be done? How is that even possible? But anyway, that happened. I went to China and China was amazing, and now I'm still here. I'm not a drug addict. I think that was even the last time I smoked weed. I think I've been saying it anyway for the past like 2 hours. But this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoy it. I will try to think of other interesting stories. I don't even think this is interesting, but if you guys think it's interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. Like thumbs up. Like. And subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it. What other things? I turn on post notification so that you get alerted when I post a new video on my channel.
What the fuck? But anyway, I wish you Merry Christmas.